All right, welcome back, everybody, to the PK ChampZ podcast. We got a very special guest with us in the house today, the winner of Moon's Refuge singles tournament. And you're damn right he better win because I lost to him in the first round, but it was a thrilling match. We got it up on YouTube for you guys to check out. We have my new friend, my new homie, Rouguishhh. What's going on, Rouguishhh?
Yo, what an intro. What's going on, man? Appreciate you having me.
Hey, no doubt, man. The master of Morpeko. I had a bunch of lines ready, you know?
Yo.
The Slowbro Slayer.
Yo.
And like we were talking before we started recording, you were dominating people with that Scizor. I seen your matches against other people, and let it be known, everybody listening, I came up very handsomely in Moon's Refuge Twitch stream. I literally had like 41,000 points, and I just started following her like 2 weeks ago because for some crazy reason, people just kept betting against Rogue, and I was like, nah, man, like I lost to this guy in the first round, but like I don't think people were watching the match or paying attention because it was like really insane. And Rouguishhh is very, very good at singles. And through us talking, I learned that they're an old school VGC player. So when I lost, went back to the main channel and I was watching, I was like, yeah, nobody knows what's coming their way, but they're gonna find out very soon. And they're just kind of distracted and focused on other rounds. But then whenever the Rouguishhh games would pop up, I was like, yeah, watch what happens. And then wop wop, 2-0, smack smack. And it's like, oh my God. Who is this guy? What's going on? And I was like, yeah, you guys better watch out because I got destroyed round one and it's coming your way. They were focused on other people in the tournament, but in the end, Rouguishhh got it done. So I found out about the tournament initially through another streamer friend. Shout out to It's Michael167. On my YouTube channel, I got a tournament video up, top 4 Udder Cup. Great time there. It was a Sunday tournament, I believe, for for Moon's Refuge. I couldn't play that Saturday in Michael's tournament, and he had raided into a new streamer that I came across, and her name was Moon's Refuge. And very cool person, dope personality, amazing VGC player. And she said that she was hosting a tournament Sunday, that upcoming Sunday. And I was like, let me join this because I can't play Michael's next one because my job put me on Saturdays and I wasn't even on that, but it's okay. We need the money coming in, right? We need money. So joined the singles tournament for Sunday. And Moon's a cool person. Everyone in her community is really dope. And she builds the bracket. And then I came into Rogue and I literally just brought like 6 Pokemon that I thought would do cool stuff. I think there might have been like Rain Dance on there or some type of water moves. And I was like, I'm pretty sure I could just like skill my way through this and I'll be fine. Like, I feel like there's names in here that I don't recognize and we'll make it through because the weekend prior, I got top 4 in Michael's Udder Cup tournament. So I was like, okay, we're going to do good over here. And I'm going to pass it over to Rogue in a second because he's the actual tournament winner. So he can tell you about his run. I queued into Rogue. I think, do we go 3 games, Rogue?
To be honest, I don't remember, but I think so. I'm trying to go through the clips right now
Yeah, I
to.
think it might have been 3-game set. I think I might have won the first one. You won the second one. And I was like, okay, yeah, it was a 3-game set. Because I remember in my head, I was like, it's all good. Chill out. It's 1-1. We're 1-1. We could just get the next one. And then the third game came down to the end. And I was like, yeah, I'm not beating that slow, bro. I'm not beating this dude. It's like, me and my Twitch chat just accepted it. And I was like, yeah, it's okay to admit and understand when there's someone clearly like leagues better than you. So then halfway through that match, I was like, all right, guys, we're fans of Rouguishhh and we're going to follow them through the rest of this tournament. So I have a question for you, Rouguishhh. After you earn and beat me in that first round, going through the rest of the tournament, what was it like? Like going like from like round 1, round 2, round 3, just like never losing rounds and winning. Like what is that feeling?
It's a rush in some sense where like, I was like, oh, okay, I'm doing better than I think each time. Because it's like, oh, like, I, it's kind of like a not believing it in a sense. It's just like, oh, oh, okay, why did that feel not easy? Not the tournament was not easy by any means, but like the the relief did not come until like, oh, okay, like wait, that was it, like so it's still very tense, but each time winning, it's like, oh, okay, like cool, like I was able to do that. Then I was way just more focused on like the very next thing because like I know some of the Pokemon or like the team choices or whatever, like I knew I was gonna be like outmatched in uh like terrible ways if depending how my next like matchup looked. Just due to my own team building choices, but just more satisfied that the team was performing more than anything else. It's like cool, like my choices are like thriving right now. But
Oh, your choices definitely were thriving. Like it was so cool to see each round you would just keep progressing and keep progressing. And I was like, yo, chat, yo, this Rouguishhh dude, y'all better watch out, man. And I think I was even like typing in Moon's chat. I was like, yo, do y'all realize like this dude is like 6v6, like legit? I was like, y'all about to get washed. And then Rogue jumps in the chat and he's like, shh, with the shush emoji. Shh. I was like, oh, you're right, you're right. Let me shut the hell up. And good thing I did, because he just proceeded to wipe the floor. The entire field. It was awesome to watch. Hey, I wanted to ask, go back to the start here. Um, how did you initially meet Moon's Refuge, Twitch streamer?
so I was looking for Pokemon Champions content because I got into playing it like a little, I guess, late. Like I didn't jump on it right on release. It took me a bit. I kind of like 2 weeks later or whatever it was, I remembered it was like, oh wait, no, that came out. Cool, let me check it out. And while I was doing my own kind of like just like running my head into the wall doing the season ladder, I was like, I want to watch other people's content and see like what are they playing right now, what are they doing or whatever. Um, so I saw Moons. I entered in like at one of the first couple streams I clicked and like she's like talking about how she hates like the meta Pokemon and whatever, and she wants to make
Yeah.
like her team work. And I'm like, oh, all right, this is she's people for me. Like
Mm-hmm.
I get that feeling. You know, so uh yeah, that was it. So I stuck around. She has like really good Pokemon content. I like she's like a great battler. Like later on after the tournament, we had like played some matches, things, but like um. So yeah, I don't know. Just that's how I got pulled into this whole thing. She said she was running a tournament. I'm like, you know what? I haven't played like competitive play like that, like with people, not just like random matches online, but like
Yeah.
in like years. So I was like, yeah, why not? Um, yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely a different vibe. Like you were saying, playing within the community, like on Twitch in the tournament, versus like just sitting here solo playing ladder games. Because then, like, maybe there's like a TV show on the side or some music, or you're talking to somebody or whatever. But like, I totally feel you, and yeah, I was excited for that aspect, just like being back in grassroots type tournaments and communities. So, could you tell us about the team concept that you used for Moon's Refuge singles tournament? Like, was there a core you wanted to build around? Was it a single Pokemon? Like, tell us the approach.
Yeah. So we can talk about our star, or like who, at least who got all the limelight attention. The Morpeko. So this was a
Morpeko.
Pokemon that like I liked using. I was like back when I was like first getting into more VGC play. Like I think like I knew about it, but I actually started playing more during like Sword Shield era. I was like, no, we're
Okay.
gonna play around in VGC. Like there's so many different things you can do since like there's four Pokemon on at once. It's like the battle situation changes like you know. So I had started trying to find like a really good Morpeko in those gens.
Yeah,
Uh, and I ported one over to Champions when I saw that was possible. I was like going through the list and I was like, nope, we're using this in Champions. I have
definitely.
to make this work somehow. But it's because of its access to like fake out that it uh it it kind of fit in with like what a lot of the other popular VGC Pokemon are doing anyway, is like they're disrupting enough to take a turn, and like if you're stopping your opponent from doing their entire move for that turn is like such a strong thing to do. So then I saw like, oh, that's why Fake Out is so um needed. So uh I was like, all right, we got to make this thing work. It's very, very good at like pivoting in and out, like
Yes.
in between turn cycles.
Mm-hmm.
So talking about like the fake out usage, it's like cool, I removed one turn. Now for Morpeko specifically, that means cool, change the typing on my signature move, right? So it flips between it's dark and electric. Just the move typings, it's both types at all times, but the move itself is like it changes what damage it hits for.
Oh,
Um,
okay. That's good knowledge to
so
know.
this,
It's always dark electric, but the move will swap typing.
yes. So things like fighting moves and earthquakes and like those are always still like yeah, those are killing the thing. But Focus Ash, but the move sets it it takes advantage of being able to kind of in a sense have like five moves on it. So it has protect, it
Mhm.
has um its signature move, it has uh what was the name of that move?
The
It
signature move being Aura Wheel.
Yeah, Aura Wheel, but it
Yeah.
has Parting Shot and trying to remember my last move on it. Protect, signature move. Uh
I didn't realize more people had parting shot.
yeah,
Hmm.
so it I think that was a huge one where I was able to get out of situations I didn't want to be in anymore because obviously like um you're not always gonna be be able to run through like the next two, three Pokemon an opponent has. Like there's gonna be like a bad matchup for any of your like sweepery things. Oh, Fake Out was the last move,
Oh yeah.
but
Okay. Yep.
yeah. So Morpeko, it being able to switch typings each turn set me on like a turn clock. So I was playing the game a little differently. Where like I played a lot of stall back in the day, and so each turn matters because like I protect, that's one turn gone. I fake out, that's one turn gone, and I'm constantly switching between my Morpeko move type, what I'm hitting for. So that came into play with like a lot of Pokemon that oh they're maybe their super effective weakness is electric. So now I get to get the turn cycle to somehow pause or resume on say like electric. So that way when I'm hitting with Aura Wheel, it's like it's probably gonna like one shot them. Because shout out to
Right.
Aura Wheel, it is like a 110 base power, 100% accuracy move that always raises your speed when it hits.
And the visual
So,
is beautiful.
oh yeah, yeah, I'm so happy that it got a cool like a little animation to it.
Because when I got hit by it, I was like, God damn, how can I be mad? Look at this shit. It's beautiful.
It felt really really like strong. It getting like the stab bonus, like the same type attack bonus on that 110 base power move. Like it only has a 95 base attack, so it makes that it look like it hit really hard. But
Oh, okay.
honestly, you're just playing into what's super effective. Like throughout the tournament, for the most part, any of my like neutral hits on things, like it's not no damage to like write home about. It just took more advantage of like my other Pokemon chipping things down and like cool, I can like clean up and sweep the rest or whatever.
Yeah, because that
Um,
speed boost. Yep. Because starting the next
yeah,
turn, the next combat, you get to move first. Yeah.
exactly. So with that in mind, I needed to get to the rest of the team. The things I needed to swap into, it's like, all right, what does Morpeko not want to stay in? Like things that are just gonna murder it, right? Like too fast and
Right.
are able to use its hits. So I needed something kind of tanky that would resist some of the stuff that Morpeko's just dying to. So Scizor and I feel the Slowbro are like the bigger pieces of this like triangle like squad, right?
Right.
They resist a lot of moves between each other. Um, the both being kind of physical walls, Slowbro and Scizor, even though you don't think of Scizor, it's like, oh, it's like a wall. You think of it as like, oh, that's gonna murder my team, but it has very good bulk because of its like base typing, its stats. So it makes it for a pretty good like pivot into like I'll eat fighting moves on this thing all the time. Like I don't care that I'm like lower
Oh, that's a good
health.
swap. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like it feels fine. Like most of the fighting moves, like you're not taking like a huge dynamic punch from like a Machamp. So like, you can eat
Facts.
probably like
Yeah.
two, three of them, like, but that's enough to get people like, shit, I gotta switch out, get a Swords Dance in, and now you have like a new angle of attack where like if the Morpeko wasn't doing anything effective, like I was able to swap into like a brand new threat and change like the tempo of the game. Um, or if I needed to play a little more reserved because they had that step ahead in the game. Um, Slowbro was really, really good at slowing the game down, right? Like it tanks a lot of hits. I had the berry on it to heal back up. It has Regenerator, which for those who don't know, it's like when you swap them back into battle after being out, they'll come back with like, or maybe it's on when they swap out, but they gain health. They
Yes.
gain like a third of their health,
Mm-hmm.
and that is like absurd to deal with as a team that's like coming from my point of view, where like I'm the team that is abusing this continued like pivot in, pivot out.
Yep.
But
Mm-hmm.
it's just kind of backbreaking. Its special attack stats pretty strong, so it can kind of sit in there and like take stuff out. Scald, it makes gets the burn occasionally while you're sitting there just like trading shots. Now you've like taken down their like physical attacking threat, or just it hits decent enough so you can like trade with walls a little bit. Um, so I feel like that was the main like three squad that would get sent out. Uh, Now from there I realized I needed another kind of attacker, so I did Hydreigon. I needed something
Oh
fast,
yeah. Oh, yep.
and I needed something fast that like hit hard, and it had to have decent enough coverage that I wasn't getting through with like Scizor, Morpeko, like oh, speaking of coverage, if I could just note on the Slowbro real quick, I don't
Absolutely.
think a lot of people understand or know. This thing learns Fire Blast and Flamethrower. Like
Yeah. I think. Wait. Did you click
it
Fire Blast Slow Bro against me? I think you did.
I probably did. It
I
catches a lot of people
yeah.
like
Yeah. Because I was like, what the fuck? Did Slow Bro just use Fire Blast? Yeah. Yeah. I remember that. Yep. It was
I
crazy.
guess its psychic typing has blessed it, but that's something like I relied on heavy way back, like Gen 4 competitive stuff, because like, oh, damn Ferrothorn and Fortress and like all these like grass steel wall things. It's like, you know what,
Mm-hmm.
Slowbro can deal with this. I got fire moves on this thing. Like, you know. Or even like Scizor, it's like, oh, Scizor stay in because they're like, oh, what's gonna hit me with water psychic? That's not, no, it learns Fire Blast.
Yeah.
So
Cook that bug.
it's yeah.
Hey, before you go with the rest of your team, did
Yeah,
your Slow Bro have Slack Off?
it did.
Yeah.
Uh
Yep. So the Slack Off with the Regenerator, taking hits, and with the pivoting game style, it builds a lot of pressure for the opponent because you can crack 80% of the damage, but then you don't know what turn they might click protect or slack off and swap out or come back in with more health. And then when their scald burns, you never know. Like, because at some point, enough scald shots, someone's going to get burned. So, very formidable wall. Try to get through. But yeah, continue. My bad.
yeah.
Yeah. I just remember
No,
that
no, no,
battle with
you're
Slow
you're
Bro.
good. Because that's a good point anyway, and it those were those kind of turn cycles that where I got to play my own mind games with sort of myself in the sense of like, all right, do I think that they know that I'm going to slack off, so they're going to do something else, or do I switch back into like more Pekko and like try to start this whole fake out chain over again, where like I get a stupid cheeky little amount of damage
Yeah,
just from like calling a swap right, like all right, but those little things they mattered. Um,
most definitely.
it I don't know if I wanted to get into the rest of my team, but the
Hmm.
Hydreigon, man, that thing, it hits so hard. It has Draco Meteor. I think I had given it Flash Cannon, Earth Power, Dark Pulse. Yeah, I wanted to make sure I hit anybody brought like fairies. I wasn't sure what kind of fairies would be out there, but like I had to make sure that was covered because like Clefable, whatever, Sylveon maybe, like these are like fan favorites that was like I don't know. I got to make sure I'm able to deal with these because those have some pretty nasty setups sometimes that like
Mm,
I'm not
okay.
prepared for, and I'm not trying to get like swept by that.
Right.
Um, so yeah, that's why he's got the flash cannon, but
I didn't know you learned
Dark
that.
Pulse,
That's cool.
yeah, it has a pretty good move pool, honestly. I think that's one that would be seen more if Garchomp didn't see so much play. Not that they cancel each other, it's just like I don't know, if I only have enough room on my team for like whatever amount of dragons for coverage reasons or like weakness reasons, like
Yeah.
you know, usually I think people go for the Garchomp.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but so yeah, I know I needed something fast. Choice Scarf let it retain its its speed is not great, but it's now faster than a lot of things that you can't just eat probably one hit from. Uh, and fast enough to like hit some other things super effective for like one hits. Um, I needed something to like just get damage out there with the rest of my team being like funny pivot moves or whatever. There has to be something that's doing work, you know?
Okay, yeah. Something that's like
Um,
breaking walls down. Yeah, I feel you.
yeah. Um, the other two slots. So I think my weakest slot, even though it was kind of fun to use,
Hmm.
was the Spiritomb. I yeah, it was like a test slot. I like Ghost Pokemon. I wanted a uh some kind of like wall or something else that again to create this like pivot point where Morpeko or whoever is like needs somewhere safe to like I can call out, throw this in to like eat a hit in some form and then do something with it. I think this set had it was like Will-O-Wisp, the ghost move that makes them disappear for the turn,
Oh, I
uh,
Phantom Force.
Phantom Force, yeah. Uh, it was really just to kind of stall. Like I think that one, if its matchups mattered at any point in this tournament, I'm sorry for what I'm about to say, but I think it was my
Mhm.
weakest member. So, uh, ugh, it felt
Spiritomb.
bad. Spiritomb, yeah. It felt bad.
Mm.
And
Okay.
ironically, that is that's the one that I got as like the shiny for like winning the tournament. I was like, yeah, give me a Spiritomb, a cool like bluish thing. I was like, yeah. But now I really don't play it much anymore, unfortunately. Skarmory, talk about a better wall to like pivot into. So
Ooh, okay. Let's
similar
talk some Skarm.
Skarmory, oh man, so similar to Scizor with like talking about like swapping in to like eat hits. We got another physical wall that uh it has pretty good resistances due to its typing. It has earthquake immunity. Just overall great bulk. And so its moveset is Brave Bird, Protect, Tailwind, Body Press. So the Tailwind, like I feel most teams, you just want to try to get speed priority.
Right.
And I think my team for the most part was a very slow team, and it didn't really benefit anything other than what you called out. I think at some point, but like or the Morpeko. There was like one of the later rounds maybe somebody had mentioned that like I set up the Tailwind with the Skarmory and it was like it's because it helps eliminate one turn for Morpeko. And what I mean by that is like its speed isn't like crazy high, so it gets outsped usually. But if after like one speed boost, it's outspeeding like a lot of things. So it's
Yes.
more important for me to like, cool, now I can probably one hit something before it even gets to like touch my Morpeko. So you extend
Mm,
your turn cycle another bit because I can still rely on my focus sash, right? Like it takes one
right.
turn pressure off of that whatever that move that would break the sash is. Um, so the Skarmory, like, it surprised me in how much damage it actually does.
Yo, Skarmory
Its
puts in work.
speed, yeah, it honestly the backbone of my first team on here, which grinded me to like Ultra Ball the first season, which was like a sand team with Tyranitar, but it's because Skarmory carried so hard, right? Like the Tailwind setup's nice because it was, for like DGC doubles, whatever, even singles. But the Brave Bird does a lot of damage against Whimsicott, things that like Venusaur, whatever, like annoying top threats that
Yeah.
Brave Bird actually smacks. And
Mm-hmm.
then you have these opposing like Tyrannitars and things, or like there's a lot of things that are weak to fighting. So body press actually hits pretty hard because Skarmory's defense is very high. So like body press hitting for like 4 times, like it, or even 2 times on a lot of mons, like the chonkier ones, like they're dying probably if not one then 2 body presses, like if it's hitting for super effective. And that's with no attack investment. I had all speed minus special attack, and then my EVs were speed HP. So just to be fast and hit, and just off the super effective damage on like an uninvested Brave Bird or body press, you were killing a lot of things. So it honestly it's huge.
Yeah, Brave Bird, I like that move a lot. So your explanation of your first iteration with the sand team using Skarmory, I was on that same wave, but my Steelbird was Corviknight, doing the same thing over there. With Brave Bird, body press. Yeah, I love me some Corviknight because that ability Corviknight had was like mirror armor or whatever. Like that thing is so cool, and like Corviknight's just a jam. I never really played it much before Champions, and I'm just like, oh my god, this thing's amazing. I didn't realize everyone's having so much fun with it. But got my hand on Skarmory, got the Skarmory, Mega Skarmory. Um, Started taking out Charizard Y leads. Like, oh yeah, Mega Skarmory is a lot of fun. The Skarmory in general is really cool. So definitely looking to dabble into it more.
Dude,
Hey,
the
quick, yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
sorry. I was just say the taking out Charizard Y leads, like I know we talked through Discord a little bit, like mentioning Gourgeist if I could, just because like so
Oh
I would
yes,
lead
absolutely.
Gourgeist, Skarmory and like the doubles. Skarmory hits protect. The Charizard thinks he's like, oh, this is great. I'm just gonna like Heat Wave and kill, his Grass Ghost guy and the Skarmory, and I have Choice Scarfed Gourgeist with Destiny Bond. So my first turn for half my matches that they have a Charizard is just I protect on Skarmory, I Destiny Bond on the Gourgeist, and the Charizard kills itself, right?
What
Like,
the hell, yo? That is next level shit. Everybody
and it's
listening,
like
pause,
top
rewind,
threat.
write that down. Oh my god, protect Skarmory, Choice Scarf, Destiny Bond, Gourgeist into the Charizard Y. Damn, that's what I'm talking about. That's beautiful right there.
So
Wow.
that was like my earlier before I think the tournament or like during it was like that was me messing on the side. I was like, this is how I beat the Charizard starts. Like, I just gotta hope that they're eager to kill my little ghost and you know uh but again, to the strength of Skarmory, even just as like a heat wave me bait, like I have protect, and this tournament I did the mega stone, but the normally it was just leftovers, man. That thing is pretty solid as is.
Yeah, run a lot of leftovers on a Skarmory for a non-mega build. Okay, yeah, it makes a lot of sense. I've seen other builds where they have Roost. So like I get where you have your move slots already secured, so leftovers can help with the healing recovery for the Brave Bird. That's really smart.
Exactly.
And then you get to heal in the off turns where you hit protect. So yeah. Oh man, that's really smart right there. I like that. Um, question going back to the Spirit Tomb. Um, just in general, because I feel like that's one of I guess many, but one of the Pokemon where I know it's at whatever point in time like popular or used, or it can be like used in a niche where like that person who's using it knows what to do. I just never understood like the concept or what to do with Spiritomb. So when I ask you, um, I'm saying it in the sense of like when it comes to like setup support, I understand Whimsicott, Sableye, Amoonguss from Scarlet Violet. When we need like fast choice scar sweepers, I understand like Garchomp or Charizard or stuff like that, or Excadrill. But like not that it needs choice scar, but you get what I'm saying. Fast sweeper. What is Spiritomb? What role is it supposed to do? Like I'm actually asking. I'm really curious. 'Cause I don't even know.
So I always thought it was some kind of wall where it stalls the game in some form, and it does like typical ghost shenanigans of like I'm gonna set up Trick Room, I'm gonna I don't know, mess like again or trick. Speaking of that earlier, it's like some way to
Yeah,
mess with this battle a little bit. Um, so at that point, I was using it as like just kind of a stall wall where it has a status effect move. Like I don't think it learns toxic, but like that's normally what I would put on this type of Pokemon if I could, like a similar like Toxapex or like any kind of like bulky thing that like it's there to wall and we're gonna waste a couple turns figuring out how to beat it, right? Like
right,
um so I would thought Spiritomb was supposed to be in that kind of role of like I pivot into this, it's able to eat some hits, disrupt the game a little bit, stall in order for me to either pivot away or, you know, I initially chose it because I wanted more Pokemon or like I was on that like I was saying that Gourgeist kick of like it goes in and it eliminates the first thing it like decides it wants to like die to, right? Like
right.
so it me going one for one with something is like fine. Like I was okay with that because of how strong I believed in like the other two supporting uh pieces. So similar logic I thought with like Spiritomb where it doesn't actually have to do too much, just like enough. I just don't think it did enough for me here by like doing this like I sit there, waste some turns like with burn. Um Going up for toxic stall, it's called what it is because it works the best. You just things that are trying to sit out for a while or like that you are able to trap to make sit out for a while like them taking some kind of status damage or maybe it's like um sandstorms out or something like if you want those like extra turns then like sure. I just don't think Spirit Tomb in my current setup was like that great. Like it learns taunt, but it taunts very slow. So there's no prankster stopping. Like it can't stop a lead thing from happening if they're trying to do some like setup, right? Like um. So my current build with it is in doubles right now, and it is a trick room setter. So I think in that role, I think it's doing kind of okay. Trick rooms, it still has the taunt just because now it'll have uh the priority being like the speed swapped sorta.
Oh,
Um,
okay. Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. So that's kind of why I said it was like the weakest one on my team. It did not pivot as well as like Skarmory or Slowbro, and like it probably needs a different shell to go around it. Where if
Okay, I
I
got
set
you.
up Toxic with something else and then swap the Spiritomb in to like lock it down and like do whatever it's doing, like then sure maybe that would work. Just I don't think it fit in this team very well.
Okay, yeah, I see where you're coming from. Yeah, and sometimes that can happen where the core is really strong, and then you're adding the pieces on the outer end, and yeah, I guess the last one maybe it's not doesn't fit like as cohesive, but you still won the tournament. Every other member carried, you know. Hey, I watch a lot of sports. Listen, some of the guys on the team get carried, you know, and it's okay. There are
Yeah,
two that carried.
that's kind of what it was. I think but we were joking earlier that like the spotlight like yeah, that's I think that's what gave Morpeko the spotlight was it had to put in the little bit of extra or like it was just put in a spot where it got the ball more often. It's whatever, it happens.
No,
But
that's true. Yeah, for anybody who's interested in seeing this tournament in the more Pecco totally dominate, you can definitely check it out on my page. I'll make sure to link it, and then also link Moon's Refuge, her VOD, so that people can see her perspective. But for my stream, since I lost round one, I was just watching her stream the rest of the day. Honestly, I was really interested in the Rouguishhh games. But yeah, that team was just awesome. And like you said, because or by effect of Spiritomb not performing as well, your knowledge of Morpeko combined with people's non-existent knowledge of Morpeko and just not being ready for it in the speed boost. Because I remember the moments when you were on stream, the main stage, and people in the chat room would just react when it got the speed boost. What? I didn't know that, and it's game over. I remember just sitting back in my chair cackling like, yeah, I had to face that. Yep. Watch, here comes the speed boost. Here goes the hunger switch. Yep, and now it's a dark type. Is this person going to pay attention? Because they're setting up whatever water or electric type, protecting on the dark turn, about to get hit super effective on electric turn. Like, oh man, during my match, I don't think I've ever done this. Like I had to look up what Hunger Switch was, what Morpeko, the move, all that stuff, like while we were playing. And I was like, oh, this thing is alternating type attacks. I was like, dang. So I was picking up as we were battling, but it was too late. like you said, you've already played it, practiced, know when to pivot, when to use the super effective attacks, and like just take advantage of the speed boost. Like awesome gameplay. Awesome gameplay, honestly, man. Appreciate you.
Thank you, thank you. Uh so I feel like touching on the knowing other people's Pokemon or like that aspect, I think that also like carries sometimes like where you kind of have to know what your opponent's doing in order to stop it, right? Like if that's the goal, like if they're about to do something, like I got to prepare for that, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I there was tons of matchups where I'm a couple of years removed out of like the newer Pokemon games and things, so like I don't know what some of these do. Like somebody had a Mega Victory Bell and
Oh
like
my god.
I don't know what this does.
A stupid Pokemon. That yeah, I
I,
didn't know either, and that's why I found out when I killed it and it killed me. I was like, what?
yeah, like I didn't. I was feeling so. I was having fun with the tournament. So like normally, I think if I was taking like more, the correct thing would be looking up what that does. You were right in what you did. I did not. I'm just like, all right, it's using something to like sap my attack and it's healing off this. I'm gonna get rid of my physical attacker. But I know when I ended up killing it and it's like it hit me for a chunk of damage, I was like, oh, is this like a Drift Bloom thing? Like I don't know. Should I not hit this?
Oh,
Like
like aftermath. Okay, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, the
But
Mega Victory Bell ability, the innards out. Oh man, I learned the worst way. It was so devastating to like one shot it and then it one shot me. Oh man.
oh, so okay, I kind of I guess figured it out. I think second or third round against them. Like okay, it did less damage when it died when it was at a lower health. So I can't let it be super high health, I guess.
Right, yeah.
Uh,
It's crazy because like that's a scenario most like VGC players would dream of. I have a character that can do 80, 90, 100% of your character's health. Like I would like to one shot you, but here's victory, but like, yeah, go for it, buddy.
yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it's been a good time playing champions, being in grassroots communities. Really want to give a big shout out to Moon's Refuge for the singles tournament. I said tour like I'm from Wisconsin. Whoa. Sorry, a little bit of accent came out right there. Singles tournament. Definitely looking forward to more of her tournament content and content in general. I know Rogue's in there. I'm in Moon's Discord. I'll make sure I link that in the show notes here and description so people can join up. Because I know the power of podcasting. When I was doing a different Pokemon show that's not going to be named, and the people who listen are going to chuckle at this point, I had met plenty of folks who never even been on Twitch, made a Twitch account to come follow and be like, yo, I have found you from the podcast. So I'm really hoping that we can reach people who maybe don't even have like Discord accounts to sign up and come join the communities and hang out. Because that's really like where the action is, where the people are at. Like in between these streams and tournaments and events, like people are hanging out day to day, discussing a plethora and a variety of content. Like we were just talking before the show, TCG, and then we're talking gym leader challenge and different things of that nature. So like I'm really vibing with the positive energy in the Pokemon Champions communities. So as we wrap up here, really want to say big thank you to Rouguishhh, winner, champion of Moon's Refuge single tournament, the Morpeko Master. Is it Morpeko or Morpeko? I just gotta get my lingo up.
You know, I'm gonna end up being wrong, but I call it Morpeko. But I
Yeah,
don't
I've
know.
said that forever too, Morpeko. I just thought it was.
It could be Morpeko, and I'm wrong, and people be like, oh, you know, why are you even using this thing? You can't even say its name right. Well, whatever.
Like, listen, buddy, I got a singles championship trophy. That's why I'm saying it and pronouncing it how I like. I mean, it won't be as bad as like all these years of like Rayquaza. Like I just call him Ray. You see how I avoid the fight? I just call him Ray. Like,
You guys are that cool, damn.
oh man. But yo, I want to say thank you very much, Rouguishhh, for joining us and being our first interview here on PK ChampZ. Thank you so much, my man. Can you let the people at home know where they can find you and your content online?
Ooh, well, first, thank you so much for having me, man. Like, honestly, love what you're doing here and what this brings to the A community, our community, like together. So just like big shout out to you for hosting and taking that like proactive like uh a go at it.
I
So
appreciate
thank you.
that. Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I rarely like I tried getting into streaming more. It's like I don't do it too often, but if people want to follow along, yeah, I am also Roguish on Twitch, but three H's because two other people are more clever than me. And, you know, that's how this works. But yeah, follow me on there. It's just like it's kind of in variety gaming of like stuff with friends, whatever. But I do stream my Pokemon Champions content on there when I am playing. Just a forever struggle to hit Master Ball.
Nice. And as far as like a community reach, do you have your own Discord, or is a specific Discord where you would advise or recommend for someone to join to like reach out and say hey to you? You know, I heard you on the podcast.
I'm through some like loose ones right now, but I feel like your community, yeah, like reach out to me through here. I'm gonna be in your Discord. You could find me here. This seems
All
like a
right.
really good
Yeah,
home
you're
for
right.
stuff. I'm
Yeah, you
around.
know. Yeah, what am I talking about? Yeah, we're gonna find him here in the PK ChampZ Discord. We're gonna build this up. This is
Yeah,
day one. Look at us in like 90 days. Give me 90 days. We'll be built up.
mark it on the calendar.
Oh yeah, summer's coming, baby. All right, Rouguishhh. Appreciate you, everybody. Make sure follow Rouguishhh, support grassroots champions, tournaments, content. If you see people posting stuff on YouTube, hey, drop them a like. Likes are free. Wink, wink, especially this video. And let's keep the scene going. But until next time, I'm going to catch you guys later.